Good evening, everybody. Today, Be'ezrat Hashem, we're going to continue our terrific, wonderful topic, using fire in Yom Tov. We're going to finish it, talking about cigarette. If you can light cigarette on Yom Tov, if it's healthy to smoke, you'll be surprised with the answer I'm going to give you. Somebody will be surprised if it's healthy or not. And what else? And mixer. If I can turn on mixer on Shabbat. Naomi Gobert, don't say anything because you know half of the material already. She was in the class earlier today. Lechaim, and thank you for the Medina for hosting this to our class. May Hashem bless this family with abundant parnasah, with good health, and all the children will get married soon with the good husbands and good wives. Chaim. This is just coffee. Okay, what about using hookah pipe? What's the concern? Why not? Because if I can use an existing fire, there's many questions. Maybe it's only for things that connected to eating. What's the halacha says? The halacha says that it's permitted to cook on Yom Tov. You want to have a fresh food, okay? When you have a fresh food, it supports and helps the joy in the holiday, and it's a mitzvah from the Torah. It says Atzeret LaShem. It's time you stop and you dedicate it to God. And another pasuk says about the holiday Atzeret. It's time to you. Atzeret hi lachem. So what is it? Ask the question. What is it? It's to Hashem or it's to you? Both. It says Atzeret Atzeret. So what did we say? Remember, Rami? It's to Hashem or to you? What is it? Both. So it has to be, we're sharing a half-half. So half a time we dedicate the holiday to prayers and to our learning. And the other half time, what? Eating and drinking, having a good time. So this is what the halacha says. Don't spend too much time. I'm sorry, I apologize for not putting the microphone. I know that it's probably bad quality. You can put it there, it will be great. I've noticed that something is missing. We are experiencing some technical difficulties. We'll be back soon.
You're live right now.
Someone on fire today, for sure. Okay. So what do we say? 2 week notice. Good. Okay, so back to what we said. We said that basically if it's a half time to Hashem and half time to you, it means that you need to have a good time in the holiday. What's a good time in the holiday? Eating, drinking. But don't spend the majority of the time to yourself, eating and drinking and all that. It's permitted, but don't take advantage of it and staying at the meals for 6-7 hours a day. Okay? Because the Torah says it's permitted to cook, the halacha says it's permitted to cook, because why? Because it's part of the joy, the happiness, the joyful of the holiday, right? So you have a fresh food. Right? It's not the same when you eat, for example, a potato salad that you make it 2 days ago, or from right now, fresh. You just make it 10, 15, 20 minutes ago.
Right.
It's a different taste. Okay. Okay, so why I'm permitted to smoke? It's nothing to do with ochel nefesh. It's nothing to do with food or to take a shower on the holiday. I'm using an existing fire from the boiler, yes, but it's nothing to do with food. So the rule says, since it was permitted, it was okay for food, we take advantage. And we do it for any other thing, as long as we don't break the law of the holiday. Existing fire, I can use for cooking. I can use for water, take a shower. I can use for hookah pipe, and so forth and so on, okay? That's the idea. But the concern with the hookah pipe is that there's a mix of tobacco, fire, and water. And we have concern, we're afraid that a certain puff, or whatever they do when you, how you call it, when you sniff it, whatever.
when you inhale it.
Inhale it, you might mix water that turn the burning tobacco off. I don't know how it works exactly, but there's some concern that water will touch the tobacco and will not turn it off a little bit if it's burning. So we have a concern of turning off, no, not turning off, what's the other word? It's extinguishing it, thank you, extinguishing part of the tobacco. Okay? That's the concern. So is it okay or not? The halacha says, bottom line, it's permissible. It's permissible on Yom Tov to smoke a hookah pipe or nargila, even though the tobacco leaves are soaked in water and they extinguish the coals at the moment they are placed on them. Just as it, so this is the procedure, okay? Just as it is permissible to put meat onto coals to roast it, despite the fact that the meat doses the fire in the coals when it first comes into contact with them. The same applies to the tobacco leaves. Furthermore, it is not necessary to moisten the tobacco leaves before Yom Tov began. We said that we're putting the meat over the coals, not necessarily on the top of the coals. It could be 1 inch above it, but still the juice or the water comes from it on it and extinguish the coals. Yet it's part of the procedure, the process of cooking, and it's permitted. Capish? Kapash. Next. What about cigarettes? What will be the problem with cigarettes? If it's permitted to smoke, but there's a problem, can I write on Yom Tov?
No.
No. Can I write on Shabbat?
No.
Can I erase on Yom Tov? No. Can I erase on Shabbat?
No.
Remember, I don't know if you know, but there is, most of the cigarettes, I guess, they have the name, it says Marlboro.
Marlboro, yeah.
Okay, I don't want to give Marlboro advertising. Okay, because I'm going to...
Camel. Yeah, so just say something.
Whatever it says.
Right.
Whatever you smoke it.
Camel.
Right? It's free advertisement, you know, we should, all of Israel should get something out of it. Please. So, you're going to burn it. When you burn it, you're erasing the letters.
Yeah.
Permitted or not permitted. Same with cake. Cake on Shabbat. You write your name. What do you write? Mazal Tov, Jesse.
No
Or
problem.
Yosef. 4, how old are you? 9 years old? 9 years old? I'm right there, okay?
Not a problem.
Huh?
It's not a problem because that was not your intent.
Right. My intention is to eat the cake.
Right.
What can I do in the middle of the way? If you can cut it before Shabbat, fine. Ashkenazi don't cut unless it's made out of the same material. Same with cigarettes. My intention is to smoke, not to erase the letters. So it happens anyway. It happens. But it cannot prevent me from enjoy the smoking. Now, it's permitted to someone that is smoking on a regular basis. Right. And if he wants to smoke on Yom Tov, it will ruin his Yom Tov. Permitted. But someone that is picking here and there cigarettes, Yom Tov don't smoke. Mm-hmm. It's not permitted to you. It doesn't say not permitted, it says better to avoid. Right. Someone says, you know what, on Yom Tov, after the holiday, after eating a big meal, I like it. I have minhag. I don't smoke during the week, but okay, so it's fine. But it's better to avoid if you're not smoking on a regular basis. It's better to avoid smoking in the begin with at all.
Because of the addiction?
For good. It's a bad addiction, and it's ruining your health. Period. It's proven. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, we also mentioned that it's forbidden to turn on an electric lamp or any other appliances in Yom Tov, since it is like creating fire. Okay? It is like, it's like what is forbidden to use telephone. If someone asks a rabbi whether or not he may turn on electric appliances in Yom Tov, the rabbi must tell him that this is forbidden. Or some idea. Remember we mentioned, I don't know if we have it here, but, okay, that's going to come next. Can I, on Shabbat, if I only use electric, I'm a Jew, and on Shabbat, I forgot to turn on a light in one room. Or I need to turn on the air conditioning. So, for the sake of, Shabbat, so we won't suffer on Shabbat, we can hint a non-Jew to help us out with that. Okay? Or it's too hot here. You get it, so you take care of the condition. Okay. On Yom Tov, can I go to a non-Jew and tell them, please turn on the air conditioning directly? Can I?
Mm-hmm.
So the halacha says, according to all the poskim, it is permissible to instruct a non-Jew to turn on an electric appliance during Yom Tov. Because sometimes it's permitted by even by a Jew in certain cases. You should know that some poskim says that it's permitted to turn on a fire on Yom Tov. Not like what we do today, following the opinion that we can use only from existing fire.
Oh.
Okay? What about hearing aids? Hearing aid.
Oh, the ones that, hearing aid.
Can one use it on Shabbat and Yom Tov? What would be the problem? There is a battery in it. It's battery operated. Some have even a light indicator. Some type of indicator that it's blinking when the battery is about to die. It's basically it's electronic device. Can I use this one? What's the difference between this and phone then? This is electric device. This is electric device. This is to help me hear, and this I hear also messages or whatever. There's any different? Phone, it's prohibited. Hearing aid is permitted.
It's a health thing.
It's a health thing,
Because you need to be able
Why I have to do it, Dormi? Why it's permitted?
For him.
Health reason. Okay. So imagine to yourself, he has no hearing aid, can't hear it.
No,
Microphone
it's
says,
too
bam, 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 bam. Boom. Too late. Doesn't hear the train.
He's gone to heaven.
I have a joke about it, but I don't have time for this now. Remind me to joke about the train.
Okay.
It is permissible on Yom Tov to use a hearing aid that has already been turned on. One may use it even on Shabbat, and one may go out into the Reshut HaRabim with the hearing aid in one's ear. This is not an act of the melacha of hotza'ah. So you carrying something from a private domain to a public domain. Carrying, although all the poskim agree that it is forbidden to use a loudspeaker on Shabbat, a hearing aid is an entirely different matter. So on Shabbat, even the Kenter one use a microphone, or the Rabbi, and you have a good reasons to use it. You have a large crowd, you have a lot of people, they can barely hear you, the acoustic is not so good, they hear you better during Shabbat, during the holidays. In many shuls, non-Orthodox shul, they have microphone. Why? They care about what the people feel more than what God's feel. The halacha. The idea is that the people hear the singing. We came to sing. No. The idea here is to listen and to follow the halacha.
Right.
Anyway. Okay.
So say their battery dies or whatever. Can they change it themselves?
I have to turn it on. It's a condition that they turn on this device before the Shabbat or Yom Tov.
Right.
Okay? And you may carry it during there's no problem. But must make sure it's on before Shabbat. I know they can last for more than 48 hours.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
They have, that's what as far as I know. Some have more than one.
Oh, that's even better.
Okay. Now, a question. We're permitted to cook on Yom Tov, correct?
Right.
Correct. Part of cooking is using a mixer or a blender on Yom Tov. I want to chop potatoes or carrots, boiled carrots, whatever. And I want to make it fresh, right before the meal. So the meal is start at 9. I wanted by 9 to grind it. 9:15, boom, fresh, hot, steamy potato salads. This is very, very, very interesting sound. It's okay. So, the question is, I can't turn it on, it's obvious, right?
Right.
There's another trick. What the trick is, another idea, to put it on timer. 9 o'clock to 9:01 or 9:02 for 2 minutes, it will mix whatever is food I put in it. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So, can I do it?
Well, I mean,
9 o'clock, imagine yourself there is a kiddush. And you start to say, Baruch atah Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagel, from the kitchen. On Shabbat. On Yom Tov, not Shabbat, Yom Tov.
No problem.
Permitted or not permitted. And it turn on and off by itself.
No problem.
yeah, it shouldn't
No
be a
problem.
It's Yom Tov. It's like a coffee maker.
It is permissible to use electric mixer or blender on Yom Tov to mash cooked carrots or potatoes, but only if it is set up before Yom Tov with a timer to run at a certain hour. This is permissible even though the machine makes a loud noise while it is operating. In fact, even Ashkenazic Jews who follow the ruling of the Ramah may be lenient on this matter. Okay? Be careful. Very good. I hope I'm not rude if I ask a little bit air conditioning and I feel a little bit hot. If you can you put? Okay. No, if you because of your health you don't need the air conditioning, it's fine.
Oh, I use
No,
air
it's
conditioning.
on.
Perfect. This is perfect. Lately, I don't know what happened. I think I'm getting old or something. I feel hot all the time.
Any hot flashes?
Okay. One wants to use on Yom Tov the stove, which is permitted, an existing fire, but he forgot to turn the fire on. He doesn't have an extra lamp, an extra candle. So he wants to use an electric starter or an electronic, what do you call it?
lighter?
Lighter.
And Yom Tov to cook?
For cooking.
No problem.
So you can turn it on,
No, there is
an electric. It is absolutely forbidden to light the stove using an electric starter, as explained above in the Halacha 9. Which means you must have,
Yeah.
you're selling this stuff, right? Stove with electric ignition. Yom Tov, can't use it. Why? Because you're creating something new. Only take from an existing fire.
Not only that, it also extinguishes
I
once
think
you
the
let it
new ones
go.
now they have timers
remember?
on them. I have to
Yeah,
verify
we think
this.
about
There's timer?
No, I have
No.
to verify it. No,
Wow.
there's
But if
no-
all you have is that type of stove in Yom Tov.
Maybe the
you cook-
electronic one has timer.
electric ones, yeah.
Electric one maybe. Shh. Today everything, it's unbelievable.
You're not gonna eat?
Huh?
They're making a lot of small appliances.
Yeah. Very interesting. Okay, what time is it? 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. We're going to do. The next topic is going to be, in a nutshell, we're going to talk about kindling Yom Tov lights. Some people, they're not married yet. Okay, doesn't matter. I'm talking about people in, let's say, for example, Michael is going to be married soon, Bezrat Hashem. Amen.
Amen.
So he wants to know if he needs to light candles for Yom Tov or for Shabbat. He eats, sometimes is invited to my house, sometimes to someone else's house. Michael Azar, by the way, is very popular. Everybody wants to have a piece of him, right? So, what are you going to do? He should light the candles and people invite him. Some people just tell him in the last minute, or What he should do? He should turn the light, go light the candles there, and come back to the wherever he stays.
I'm gonna make it more complicated.
Okay.
Actually, they stay in the synagogue too. So how does that work?
Okay, it doesn't matter wherever you're at. You have a room wherever you have a room. The halacha is you must light candles for Shabbat. Now, what if the hotel, or the synagogue, or whatever you're staying at does not permit light fire in the rooms? Most hotels won't let you candles. So you should find a place in the building to light the candles. So what Gideon does usually Friday when we do Shira Shirim, he goes to the place where we light candles, and he always done.
But he does it on behalf of himself, or does it on behalf of everybody?
He can do it on behalf of everybody, but you have to light candles by yourself.
No, the bracha covers you.
If you start to do candles before Shabbat, you see Hashem will open for you a lot of good things, including wife soon. It's recorded.
No.
Really?
It's recorded.
That's one thing I don't do.
Okay. So
Because I figured that you guys.
the first candles, it's on me.
No, play the candle.
On me. I have it. I give it to you. Where you see it, I prepare it. This Friday, Bezrat Hashem, you say bracha. And after you light the candles, you ask from Hashem everything you need. You know where you light the candles. This is your mitzvah. Soon, your wife will do it for you. Our sages institute a mitzvah to kindle lights in one's home on the evening of the Yom Tov. Before kindling the lights, one must recite the following blessing: May you, God, our Master, King of the universe, be blessed for having sanctified us with His commandments and for commending us to kindle Yom Tov lights. So those in the Gerut class should skip this part, and the part that says you commended us. And the last few weeks or 2 or 3 before the conversion, they can already say it to practice. Otherwise, because it's a lie, he didn't commend you. Okay? So you can say it only after. Okay. Even though most Ashkenazic women recite the blessing over their Shabbat lights only after kindling them, they must recite the blessing over Yom Tov lights before kindling them. This is certainly the halacha for Sephardic women, since Sephardic Jews must practice according to the halachic ruling of Maran, and therefore they must recite the blessing before kindling either Shabbat or Yom Tov lights. The general rule is that we must always recite the blessing for fulfilling a mitzvah before we fulfill it. If I have to take this cup, should I drink and say bracha, or say bracha and drink? Same with candles. You don't accept Shabbat or Yom Tov by kindling it, so don't worry. The concern that Ashkenazim have is, if I said the beracha, I already accepted the Shabbat, I can't turn the light. No. You said once a year, that you don't accept Shabbat by lighting the candles, and you have a few minutes after that to shut off the light from here and there. You have time to drive to shul. As long as you light it early, if you do it very close to the sunset, a minute, so let's say sunset is 7:30, you do 7:29, this is a problem. A minute later, it's already karet.
You have 18 minutes.
Okay?
Even 18 minutes.
No,
You better not use those 18
a lot of
minutes.
times I try to make it to synagogue and I get stuck in traffic and come late. Can I still light the candle?
Well, it depends. It's a good question. So, because you're lighting the candles in the Bet Knesset,
And
you may light the candles till we get to the point we're saying Lecha Dodi. As soon as we start Lecha Dodi, we're accepting Shabbat. Okay? And I estimated it's around 7:25, 7:30, 30ish, something like that. This is why on the schedule I'm sending, the lighting candles is 7:30. Nevertheless, if you look at the Zmanim schedule, you see sometimes, right, 7:50, sometimes you go home, your wife, everybody except Shabbat, you didn't light the candles yet. The whole city accepted Shabbat early. So we don't do it too early, we don't do it too late, we do it in the middle, 7:30, boom, that's it.
So Lecha Dodi means acceptance.
That's the rule. Lecha Dodi, everybody accepting Shabbat by the words of Lecha Dodi. Therefore, if someone late to the shul, he's late. So he can't say Tefilat Mincha that he misses from 15 minutes ago, or 10 minutes ago, in the synagogue. He must get out of the shul or in a separate room. Why? Because by davening mincha, he's showing that you guys accepted Shabbat, I didn't, I don't care, I'm not part of the community. The halacha says specifically, pray mincha outside of the shul or in a separate room and join the congregation with the Shabbat prayers. Okay? So this is why it's very important that everyone will prepare themselves. Leora, you listening? Prepare themselves before Shabbat. Very important. To be on time wherever they need to be. Some people, they're so late, they didn't prepare anything for Shabbat. So if you know you work, I can tell you what happened with me when I lived in Indianapolis, Indiana. Sometimes Shabbat started around 4:30. 3:40, 3:30, we're still in the bed, in the school for dismissal. We went home. I have time to maybe 45 minutes or an hour to take a shower, to change, get ready with the kids, and go to the synagogue. What do? What we have to do in certain times of the winter time. Okay, so we prepare everything on Thursday night. You would come to my house, even today. Come to my. You see, Thursday night, the table is set up, everything is set up. So my wife have to prepare everything night before, Thursday night. When we come around 4 o'clock, we would take everything from the refrigerator, we put it on the blech, or the oven, or the plata, whatever. It takes 10 minutes, and that's it. After shower, when we're in the synagogue, they put the salads and everything. Which means that you have to prepare yourself in advance. There is a time limit. It's winter time is very short. Prepare yourself. That davening starts at 6:40. Driving takes you 15 minutes. So you need 15 minutes. You need time to get there, to park, to shave, to take a shower. It takes time. You need an hour. So it's Fridays, you need to be the latest 5:30 at home. There is no blessing. You're working in vain. And everything you do 2 hours prior to the tefillah. So if you start at 6, by 4, quit. You might make money. You might get the best client at 4:30. You'll see the money coming in. Guaranteed you lose it. Because there is no beracha. You have to prepare yourself for Shabbat. You're going to get the money here, you're going to lose it another way, and double time. Double the amount. But the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, will show you make good money. Everybody's open, you're going to close. Parnasa comes from Shamayim, from heaven, from Hashem. You see professors, they have degrees from here till the moon, they barely make money. And someone that sells vegetables, or someone that sells nails, whatever he does, he makes 10 times money more than him. He didn't graduate high school. How is it possible? I know personally people that have construction company, they don't know how to read properly. And they have engineers works for them. Parnasa from God. So you need to trust Him. That's it. I'm not saying don't go to study, don't get a college degree. It's all good. It's part of the efforts we have to make. But you should know the parnasa doesn't come from your own wisdom, your own efforts. No, it's coming from Him. Verstehst? So you have to do preparation. Prepare yourself. Don't desecrate the Shabbat or Yom Tov. If you show Hashem that your main purpose is to keep His Shabbat and mitzvot, He will help you.
Can you light a candle with a non-Jew next to you?
No. The mitzvah is on the Jew. If it's already late, it's already late. It's a good question. There's a question in the halacha if it's permitted because the wife wants to have light at home. She have a maid or she have a friend. So we don't know going to do bracha. Just put the light for me. They can do light, fine, but she cannot do bracha over it. And so
they can light a candle.
Okay, we're going to continue our next class in 2 or 3 minutes. With Musar, we have a very interesting topic today. It's called God is watching. Stay tuned.